Hey, it's 7 grains of salt. Oxygen failure. Well, there's so much that's going on. I'm going to try and put some information here. If I've forgotten a link, I'm going to add it below of more information on the co and the vid. So stay tuned and look below as well.
We live in a world of deception and lies, people. They knew that they were going to establish this new field. They knew that it was going to cause a pandemic, and they got us all prepared. They purposefully put on sale toilet paper. They purposefully put on sale flour. They purposefully told us beforehand to put us all into our houses, and now they're going door to door, making sure that they can have easy disposal of those who are going to die from this new field of radiation. There's no virus. There never was. They knew this was coming. That's why those rich people are all ditching out and they're going underground because they don't want to go and live in a microwave. And that's what they've left us to do, is sit here and cook as they turn on the system one switch at a time, seeing how many people are going to drop. This is a worldwide crucial situation. Now, those who are old are going to die first. Those who are sick already are going to die next. This is a controlled rollout, and they're doing it systematically, and they're going to try to keep it until the ends justify their means.
Okay, that was whiteboard gematria. I'll add the links below. We all have some viral DNA in our cells from TM films.
The test kits being sent out to hospitals are totally inadequate and unprofessional. At best, those test kits tell analysts you have some viral DNA in your cells, which most of us do most of the time. It may tell you the viral sequence is related to a specific type of virus, say the huge family of coronavirus, but that's all. The idea these kits can isolate a specific virus like COVID-19 is complete nonsense. And that's not even getting into the other issue, viral load. If you remember, the PCR test works by amplifying the minute amounts of DNA. It is therefore useless at telling you how much virus you may have. And that's the only question that really matters when it comes to diagnosing illness. Everyone will have a few virus kicking around in their system at any time. Most will not cause illness because their quantities are too small. For a virus to sicken you, you need a lot of it, a massive amount of it. But PCR testing does not test viral load and therefore cannot determine if it is present in sufficient quantities to sicken you. If you feel sick and get a PCR test, any random virus DNA might be identified even if they aren't at all involved in your sickness, and this leads to false diagnosis. Coronavirus are incredibly common. A large percentage of the world human population will have COVID DNA in them, small quantities, even if they are perfectly well or sick with some other pathogen. So the implications are quite clear. If you want to create a totally false panic about a totally false pandemic, pick a coronavirus.
Now I'm going to show you a couple clips from A Plain Truth. I apologize. This is A Plain Truth. 2 clips, one about simulation and the other one about the oxygen.
This woman, Colleen Smith, is more interested in the hospital administration end of medicine than anything else. I started getting curious about that doctor when I saw Lady Warrenon post, "I just called this hospital. They checked twice and there is no Dr. Colleen Smith that works there." I wish I had a recording of those phone calls. That would be proof positive for you. Here's her LinkedIn page, Colleen Smith, and oddly, it doesn't say doctor. I don't know why it wouldn't. And her title is Associate Program Director, Site Director in the greater New York City area. We can see where she went to school or where she worked. Emergency medicine physician and resuscitationista with interests in simulation, medical education, wellness in medicine, and faculty development. Here's some of her experience, and she was a simulation fellow. Her skills and endorsements, medical simulation. Her languages, English and Russian. Okay, there's two things in there. Obviously, Russian just raises an eyebrow, but simulation. We talked a lot about the Event 201 pandemic planning, and if you notice, people around that are big into crisis communication. Their whole thing was controlling the message. And here we have a woman whose specialty is medical simulation, getting involved in a big way in the overarching political narrative of what's happening with COVID-19 corona patients in Elmhurst Hospital, New York. And it just makes me wonder about her video and about the coverage that came afterwards. Colleen Smith is also associated with Council of Residency Directors in Emergency Medicine, CORD. We see her name pop up in many different entries, more than this. And I was curious, I wanted to see if I could find any more information from this website. So I looked at their resources. I wanted this simulation library, but it's 404. It means they've removed the webpage.
Yet, everything I've seen in the last 9 days, all the things that just don't make sense, the patients I'm seeing in front of me, the lungs I'm trying to improve, have led me to believe that COVID-19 is not this disease, and that we are operating under a medical paradigm that is untrue. In short, I believe we are treating the wrong disease, and I fear that this misguided treatment will lead to a tremendous amount of harm to a great number of people in a very short time. Rather, it appears as some kind of viral-induced disease, most resembling high-altitude sickness. It is as if tens of thousands of my fellow New Yorkers are on a plane at 30,000 feet and the cabin pressure is slowly being let out. These patients are slowly being starved of oxygen. I have seen patients dependent on oxygen take off their oxygen and quickly progress through a state of anxiety and emotional distress and eventually get blue in the face. And while they look like patients absolutely on the brink of death, they do not look like patients dying of pneumonia.
In my video on 60 gigahertz FIVEG, I roughly explained how the uptake of oxygen to hemoglobin can be potentially interfered with electromagnetically. Since releasing that video, I have had further confirmation by a molecular scientist specializing in oxygen. I'll show that later. But I showed how it's well known that 60 gigahertz FIVEG is absorbed by oxygen. I showed you footage of how the heads of telecom admit under oath there have been no industry-sponsored safety testing of these frequencies that they are saying they will release in an expedited manner. No safety testing on humans, no safety testing on the environment.
And even though that was a video from A Plain Truth, it was Dana Ashley's voice. I'll give you her links below as well. Quick clip from also, let's get into Dr. Buttar. And this was taken off, and I luckily saved the video under and for me. So let's take a look.
And all those videos, because certainly there is no more freedom of speech. You cannot say anything. They may not be able to throw you in jail right now, but they'll certainly take your microphone away. They will take your platform away if you say something that they don't like. And they're all being controlled. So that whoever's out there, I'm surprised that our stuff is still up there, but I haven't pointed fingers to anybody yet. I haven't exposed anybody yet. All right, Lori says, what are they doing to us? This is going to be a new world order. No, this is what they're going to try to make it into a new world order. I'm telling you right now, guys, I don't want you to be afraid, okay? I'm saying this because I'm angry. I'm not afraid. And remember, fear is one thing, but if you allow fear to dictate how you act, if you allow it to motivate your actions, that's a totally different thing. I've talked about this over and over again. I want you to understand the difference between danger and fear. Danger is real. It is not an illusion. It is tangible. It can kill you. Danger is real. Fear, on the other hand, it completely exists in your mind. It is an illusion. It's a figment of your imagination that you created. You created it there, and it lives there, and it can paralyze you. So do not allow fear to be your motivator. Allow only love to motivate you. That doesn't mean that you ignore the danger. The danger is not COVID-19. The danger is what's happening now. The danger is the 5G. The danger is what the agenda is for these people that are making this happen. The agenda is subversion. The agenda, the danger is the agenda of subversion.
And if you'd like the full clip of that, I can send it to you. You'll have to email me. I'll add that information below. All right, let's keep moving on. Israel News Live.
But we know that it's been told us by intelligence that the coronavirus is a cover for what's really going on in the background. But they still seem to indicate that the virus was real. Well, corona is a flu type of virus. It's no big deal. It's been going on for years.
I mean, we have flu every year, right? A lot of people, we have flu seasons
and even
every
corona
year,
strands.
and all kinds of strands, new strands every year, and more people die of a regular flu in regular flu season. Immunosuppressed, people. Compromised people with all kinds of diseases died of regular flu, and more of them died than from corona. So why we didn't do this shutdown, planetary shutdown from flu virus?
Exactly.
Okay, or from any kind of deaths, like let's say vaccines cause SIDS, but nobody, no media ever started all of this sensationalism about children that died after vaccines, or, this is just becoming too weird, too strange, and it seems like this is a cover for a, shutdown of an economy, and I think that we're never going to see not only United States, but the world as we knew it. I don't think we are ever going to see it, and I think that more Orwellian orders are going to come out, and more Orwellian laws are going to come out, and who knows what else they're planning on us,
Yes.
because this is way too weird what's going on. But let's just play this lady here.
And they were there also discussing Dana Ashley's video. So much more, but most of you have seen these videos, but I wanted to have this for those who have not. And those who are still wondering, is this real or what is going on? Yes, people are dying. It is absolutely sad what's going on in Italy. But it's not from what they are saying it is. And that's what we need to really get out there, spread the word. It's really not easy to wake people up to see and understand what is truly going on. I'll add all these links, and if there's even other channels that you could watch to get more information, I'll add them as well. God bless. Please stay safe and stay in prayer. Till next time.